Hi, soul family. Okay, we got bumped off because my next door neighbor Jacob called me, and I even had it on Do Not Disturb, so I don't understand that. That's just weird. So, anyway, the messages that we were working with last were the Mystic Healer, right? The High Priestess. Oops. The High Priestess. And the messages were, is it too soon to kiss you? And there's something better there is something better coming. Now, there could be something better coming than something that you've left. You lost your job. Don't worry about it. There's something better coming. I've asked for this. Hey, something better is coming. I've broken up with this person. Don't worry about it. Something better is coming, right? Anything, it's better. Yes, treat yourself. It's okay. To whatever it is that you think that maybe you shouldn't do, Spirit says, hell yeah, do it. Love yourself. And you got a time frame of a matter of months. So it could be, you know what? Relax. Treat yourself. It's okay, right? It's all right. Something better is coming within the next couple of months. So you don't have to stress it out. And the fact that it's the Mystic Healer, it's basically telling you that you've got healing abilities even if you don't think you do. You do. You have the energy of healing. Some people just have healing energy. You walk into a room and it feels better. Or maybe your energy heals another, as in it helps balance them. You have the ability to balance another's energy. So whatever it is, the type of healing that you do, it doesn't even matter. It just is telling you that everything is working in accordance with divine will. You have healing energy. Use it is another thing, right? I'm a Reiki master. My cat was really suffering. I've used Reiki. I sent it to myself, my twin, and my animals because I have that gift. So why not use the gifts that you've been given? Don't put them on that shiny box up on a shelf, right? Those are gifts that you were given. I had a dream shortly after my mother passed away, and it was my birthday, and I came into a hotel room, and there were two boxes on the bed, a big one and a smaller one. One I was to open up right away, and one I wasn't going to open up for quite a while. Those were my gifts. The gifts were amazing as they opened up. So understand that you do have this ability within yourself. You do. It's very powerful. So whatever the situation is that's going on in your life, you are able to heal it. You are. Use your energy. Visualize. I'm a visual person, right? I'm like right now I was talking about the fires in Oregon and California and Washington. After I finish this reading, I will lay in this tub, and I've already done it. I visualize. I don't want to look at burning pictures on my Facebook. It's upsetting to me. That doesn't help me. It doesn't help anyone else. So he's bringing her back. She wouldn't do it. Hold on. Okay. I'm in the middle of the reading. Okay. She won't leave any. She won't go with me. Anyone. It's amazing. She sticks right with me. It's okay, baby. It's okay, Bea. So what I do is I visualize the clouds. I compress the clouds together, and I push down over top of the fire so that the energy from the fire, the wind is reduced, and I squelch it out. I take the oxygen out of the fire. Now, we don't want to take the oxygen out of the air for the animals, but we're taking the oxygen out of the fire. And then the clouds, we compress so that condensation begins to fall slowly and steadily. I visualize the big winds that are whipping it up to go away. Visualize. I've made things happen. I've been able to do amazing things. You can too. You may think, I can't do this, that, or the other. You have a gift. Spirit says, use your gift. It's being called on. All right, now we're going to go to the crystal, the pure white crystal. Whatever your intention is, hold this in your left hand, your hard hand, and recognize that this will amplify the intention of any other crystals. Now, the crystals that we're looking at right now are raw ruby and moonstone, passion and emotion, energized with this clear quartz crystal, amplified, right? So I'm sending this unconditional, loving, passionate energy out. It's amplified as I hold it in my hard hand. For those who chose the clear quartz crystal, correct for neutrality, the white crystal, correct for neutrality, for those who chose the white crystal, you're going to have a peaceful resolution. White is innocence. right? Purity, coming clean. I like that. Maybe someone's going to come clean. If you do come clean, you'll have a peaceful resolution. Oh, another one of Tammy's. Which one is it? Think happy and be happy. Whatever you think about, you bring about. You bring about peace. I'm thinking a peaceful resolution. Spirit said there's going to be a peaceful resolution. So I'm just going to let go of the worry about that, and I'm going to think that. Think happy thoughts. Look at the time that it's going to be happening. Fall season, which is now. Peaceful resolution now. Think happy thoughts. Think happy and be happy. You blew me off. No more chances. Somebody said. That may be what they felt. But Spirit says you can shift that energy. Think peaceful thoughts. Think happy thoughts. There's going to be a peaceful resolution. So you have the ability to change energy. We all do. You can diffuse a situation and completely change the direction somebody is going by your words and by your actions. Because this is a question, yes or no. It's uncertain. How are you going to handle it? How are you going to handle it? What are you going to do with it? Right? You have the ability to course correct. Maybe you shot your mouth off. Maybe you said something you shouldn't have said. Maybe you handled something the way you shouldn't have handled it. You've done it one too many times and somebody said, that's it. 3 strikes, you're out. But I got to tell you, when there is unconditional love, somebody doesn't come in with an apology and ruin it by excusing their behavior, or if they come in cocky and arrogant, or if they come in not taking responsibility, then they can expect to be blown off as they blew off, right? Karmic. But if you want a peaceful resolution, you won't be coming in that way. And if somebody comes forward to speak to you, I wouldn't lead with that either. Not if you want a peaceful resolution, because somebody's feeling a little bit uncertain because they did. They blew this person off again and again. So they're uncertain, but Spirit says, nope, there's going to be a peaceful resolution. So maybe it's them who's thinking, no, there's no way. I blew them off again and again. There's no way. I'm going to get freaking fried if I go in there. And Spirit's like, nope, think happy thought. Why are you focusing on the negative? Why are you focusing in the wrong direction? Is that what you want to bring about? What you think about is what you bring about. Spirit's telling you how to readjust your course, right? Forget the road rage. Correct neutrality on all levels. Message. Wandering path. Wandering path. Ooh, check it out. There's a fox. The fox is cunning and a trickster, but the fox is also adaptable and playful. And the fox isn't coming forward to be sneaky. The fox is coming forward to say, enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. You want a peaceful resolution, yes? Think happy thoughts. Be happy. Think happy. They're giving you direction. There's a compass and there's a map. Which way do I go? I don't know. Wherever you feel good, right? Enjoy the journey. Stay in the present moment. Don't go back in time. You can't. Life is a wandering path. Look for the fun. Enjoy the now. You're going to have a peaceful resolution if you handle it properly, right? Spirit says there'll be a peaceful resolution anyway. Maybe it's not even if you handle it properly. It's just coming forward. If you come in with a happy thought and with a happy intention, because this is the crystal we have. This is what you put your intentions on, right? And what were the stones? Moonstone, which is emotions, and passion. There's love here. There's truth too, because look at the blue. Coming clean. The moon casts shadows. It doesn't tell the full truth. So there's a message here. Do not come in with partial truths. You come in clean. Come in clean, or don't come in at all. The Spirit's telling you, if you want a peaceful resolution, you need to come clean with whatever it is. You don't have to feel uncertain, because there will be a peaceful resolution if you follow Spirit's advice, right? If we do it our way, we have issues. If we do it Spirit's way, it works. You don't always have to know where you're going, right? This wandering path, the fox isn't worried about it because they're adaptable and playful and they're ready to rip. I got a map, I got a compass, and you know what? I don't even know if I need the map because I kind of like to see what's going to come around the corner. So be present at this moment. And when you're traveling, somebody's traveling, obviously. Somebody's going somewhere. So maybe that's the message, right? Somebody's on their way. They've got their map, they got their compass, they know where they're going. And they're coming Don't come in as a trickster. Don't come in sneaky. Come in flexible, adaptable, and playful. Those energies for the fox is fine. Don't come in camouflaging your true intentions. Don't come in like a sneaky thief. Don't do that if you want a peaceful resolution. Spirit's telling you how to handle things here, right? So maybe you feel, well, it's difficult to accept things as they are, right? No, it's not. Because as you move along on your wandering path, stuff crops up all the time. You never know what's going to happen. I'm in a bathtub doing a reading, and I get my next door neighbor saying, can I get your dog? Right? Cuts my phone off, then it doesn't work out, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I just roll with it, whatever. I told him, I'm doing a reading in the bathtub. He goes, that's how to work, man. I'm like, hell yeah. So if there's something in this whole scenario that you just can't accept, then say, I can't accept this. Say it. I can't accept this. I can't accept this. All right? By acknowledging that fact that you can't accept it, then you are showing where on this map you can't go. I can't deal with this. All right. Like me, I want to go hiking along the water. I don't want to go in the middle of the desert where it's blazing hot. That's not going to work for me. I'm not going anywhere my animals don't go. I cannot accept that. That does not work for me. All right? Well, that's crossed off the list then. We don't do that, right? But I can do this. So there's room for compromise, right? Okay. Next message. I'm really tired. I just hit a wall. I was listening to a reader before I started this, and I said to my girlfriend, man, I'm listening to this reader, and I haven't listened to her for a little while, but I've listened to her quite a bit, and I gotta tell you, she's high. She's either drunk or she's high. She sounded completely drugged, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. I wonder if anybody else is picking up on this. She's like on something. And then I thought she could just be absolutely freaking exhausted and knows that she's got to get her readings out for the week, right? I'm doing mine in the tub. I'm doing it relaxed. Okay, green sea glass. That's there, but I think that was last, wasn't it? Because we're going to go with the wave. You don't want to be the only one not doing the wave, right? When the great wave comes, go to the mountain. When the great wave of emotion comes. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the great wave, and I certainly did. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the great wave. You look as good as the day I met you. Wow. That kind of blind love is awesome, right? I'm sorry I took off and ghosted you. Wow. Those who chose the great wave. I saw a wave like this. My twin and I were running on a beach, and a great wave was building behind us, and he was running ahead of me, and he kept looking back over his shoulder and saying, come on, come on, come on, and I was trying. I was running, but you know, in your dreams, especially when you're in the sand, I kept sinking further and further, and the wave was getting closer and closer, and it was massive. It was a massive tidal wave. It was weird as it wasn't coming from the ocean. It was coming from north of where we were on the beach. And I was sinking, and finally he turned around and he came back and he picked me up and he carried me. And of course with my weight, it weighted him down, and the wave came and it lifted us. It didn't wipe us out, it lifted us, and we rode the wave together. So I know it was emotion he was trying to outrun. And then we were both trying to outrun it, but then he came back and lifted me, and together we rose higher. We were not wiped out by that wave. Sometimes people think that's what's gonna happen. And in the dreams, the subsequent dreams that I watched several years over the years past, I watched that same dream, and in some parts of the dream, some dreams it was me that came back to pick him up, and other times it was him. We took turns. It was amazing. But there's the wave. We weren't gonna outrun it. We would never outrun it. Not when you're a twin soul. They're not telling the full truth. Ask for it. Okay, this is important to me. Don't show up if you're not going to be truthful. Don't show up telling half-truths. Okay? Don't bother. This is one of those things that I cannot do. I don't like that. You trust me 1000% or you don't bother. Sorry I took off and ghosted you. That's okay. You look as good as the day I met you. Okay, great, that's nice. But they're not telling the full truth. I've already been shown this. I'll let you know right now. I've already seen it. Where they come forward and they say something, but they're not telling the full truth. They don't want you to go, but they don't want you to know all of that either. So they're only going to give you a little, and that's not going to work because I've already been shown. And I've been telling all of my clients that. If I get a hit from Spirit saying they're not telling the full truth, do not fall for their charming story. Get the full story. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Maybe it's somebody else though, right? They're not telling you the full truth. Ask for it. Maybe you're falling for something. Somebody is outside of you, because these messages are for you or for somebody else, right? So they're not telling you the full story. What is it? I am lying to myself. I want us. Somebody's lying to themselves, not telling the full story. I love you. I want you. Message. For those who chose the Great Wave. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the Great Wave. For those who chose the Great Wave. Those who chose the Great Wave. Oh, for those who chose the Great Wave. Make it obvious, please. Taking shelter. The answers are within. So looking at this one holding up the light in the snow, snow would be frozen emotion, right? Not going anywhere. But this lantern is being held up by the hermit. The hermit doesn't go away and hide. People don't get that. The hermit goes within and seeks answers. The hermit is extremely wise and isn't asking everybody else's opinion. They go inside to find out what their answers are. I'm seeking the answers in the stillness. I'm lying to myself. I want us. So stop lying to yourself. You already know the truth of this situation. You also know that someone's not telling you the full truth. So check this out. That message is for this person. The one that's lying to themselves, the one that actually really does want the one they're saying they don't, is also being lied to by someone else. Because you're being shown a mirror of your own actions. If you want people to be truthful with you, you be truthful with others. They're not telling you the full truth, just like you are not telling the full truth. So don't say, I'm sorry I took off and ghosted you, and then give some lame story. Speak the truth. I'm going to leave it at that. All right, correct for neutrality. Last one. Emerald. River glass. Okay, I remembered. I can't believe that I remembered. The beryl crystal. So, beryl crystals. This is a beryl crystal. Ruby. Ruby, emerald, aquamarine, and what is the other? There's 4 that are beryl crystals. Beryl crystal has a special meaning in itself. I always use this for my spiritual twin. I use this like a vat. See, it's like a big tank. It's filled with this ocean water color. Mine's a little bluer than this. And I drop him inside of it. It's protective. Beryl crystal has a very specific message. An ongoing problem will soon be resolved as a result of a series of interconnected but unrelated events. Whatever it is that has been causing stress and worry is going to come to a positive resolution. I think there's more, but I'm just doing this from memory. Okay. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the river glass. I think it'd be kind of neat if there was any way for you to control it. If you could, like, put some broken glass in the bottom of a river and have it dammed off at one end and just let it go up and down and be polished and see what would happen. There's a lake in Montana that I need to go to that has all stones like that, all these different color stones. Would you consider moving to be with me? Would you consider moving to be with me? Not in the middle of the desert where there's no water. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Would you consider moving to be with me? I'm lying to myself, I want us. Okay. Is this the same person, or are these the two different people? I'm lying to myself, I want us. I shuffled these away. There's 333 cards here. Actually, there's more because I've got Tammy's cards in here too. Would you consider moving to be with me? Because I'm lying to myself, I want us. Healing, growth, abundance. Right? Correct for neutrality. Would you consider moving to be with me? I'm lying to myself, I want us. Correct for neutrality on all levels. You will get the job, position, house, or car. Okay, so this might be connected to that one message that said something better is coming. Don't worry. Within a couple of months, right? In a matter of months. You will get the job, the position, the house, or the car. You could get the position in this relationship. Would you consider moving with me? Looks like it's going to happen. You'll get it. So maybe you need to stop lying to yourself and ask the real questions, right? Aha. Peaceful resolution. Look at the bag, you guys. All these cards, and these are the ones that keep coming. So clearly, when you get the same message again and again, this is simply confirmation that this is going to happen. There's going to be a peaceful resolution. You're going to get the job, the position, the house, or the car. Somebody's lying to themselves because they do want you, but you already know that. And they want to know if you would consider moving to be with them. So, correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the river glass. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose, woo! Okay, I'm not taking all of them, but 2 fell face up. So I can take 2. So this is amazing. This is somebody's at an impasse, right? So what do? You break the trail. That's funny. You're at an impasse. And what's interesting is this is a squirrel. Squirrel says, get ready for big changes. Get prepared, right? Get prepared, squirrel. You're not at an impasse. You can scamper over that wall, lickety-split. You're at a mental impasse. You're lying to yourself because you want that change. So drop those walls. That wall needs your stubborn thinking that needs to be changed, right? Your old belief system, things that you felt that you used in the past to keep yourself safe is now doing the exact opposite. It's keeping you at an impasse. It's keeping you isolated. You're not meant to be isolated. So what happens when you come to an impasse? You start breaking trail because Spirit says a breakthrough is at hand. So maybe you've been at an impasse and it's all about divine timing, right? This was not going anywhere. Nobody was moving, blah, 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 blah. Well, get ready for big changes because you're supposed to reflect and redirect your energy, Mr. or Miss Squirrel, right? If you're at an impasse, why is that? Is it possibly that your energy is saying that this is impossible or this isn't going to happen or this is blah, 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 blah? When you're at an impasse, if you're at an impasse at a certain point, like that wall is pretty solid, right? Sometimes Spirit puts walls in front of us and says, hey, you are at an impasse. You may be working with people and you're just differing views and you're at an impasse. It's like no one's compromising. So if this is something that, means something to your soul's path and you're not getting anywhere with someone, you continue forward on doing what you know is right, but not necessarily with them. And turning back is not wrong. Sometimes you got to go back and get something. Remember, in my dream, my twin had to turn back and get me. And then a couple years later, I had to turn back and get him. It wasn't something that was wanting to have happen. He didn't want to stop running, right? But there's an area of your life right now where you've reached an impasse and you need to elevate your thinking. You need to maybe figure out a new route. And so this one, when they looked at the wall, they're like, I'm going to freaking dig under it. Okay, that's an option, right? They're changing something about it. They're not taking no for an answer. So if you're at an impasse in life, instead of saying, there's no way, this isn't fair, what? Change your course and do it quickly. Don't focus on what's not working. You focus on which way can I go. That's how you go in. You ask your inner sage, what would be a way to thwart this obstacle? Well, instead of seeing it as an obstacle, see it as something to bounce off of. I make that wall, I climb that tree, jump that wall, and I can get down the other side. It's not going to stop me. Maybe it's stopping me in order for me to look at things and pause and ponder. Am I going about this in the right way? We seem to be at an impasse. Yeah, it might be your attitude. It might be the way you're talking. It might be the way that you're approaching it, right? Why not approach it thinking it's going to be fine? Why not approach it telling the truth? Why not approach it being truthful to yourself? Why not approach it understanding that not everybody takes the same path, right? So maybe your path disappeared in front of you. So, okay, well, I'm going to find it. If you're determined, it's going to happen. So I was pregnant with my son, and I was 3.5 days in labor, and my body would not dilate. And the doctors basically gave up. They said it's too late for us to take him through cesarean, and he's too far down the birth canal, so one of them is going to not make it. So my mother was asked to make a choice, and I was passed out, but I heard it, and I thought, there's no choice. The choice is this baby's being born now, and I pushed that baby out. So you come up against a wall. It might be a wall to somebody else. I have wall walkers. I can climb that fucking wall. So it's time to stop standing in your own way, on the edge of what's that song, On the Edge of 17? I'm going to look up the lyrics for that. I don't know why. I'm going to look that up. That's funny. But Spirit says it's time to use the experience that you've had in your life to push you forward in some way. Because you've been wasting time. You've been wasting time. So I would say, don't be afraid. If that digging under that wall doesn't work, climb the tree and jump over it. I'm great at that, right? Maybe together. Maybe that's the impasse. Maybe you're working separately and you need to work together. I think that's what it is. I'm lying to myself. I want us. Would you consider moving to be with me? I think together, you two would be a great team because the determination and the skills, you guys have different skill sets, right? You're stronger. You're witty and you're brave and you take a leap. I like a lot. All right, you guys. We did it all the way down to the end of the incense. That's pretty funny. Check it out. Almost gone. Perfect timing. All right, I will upload these. Sorry, it's part 1, part 2, but I'm going to listen to these when I edit them, and I'm going to lay here with my eyes closed and just enjoy the messages, because when I'm channeling, I miss a lot, which is interesting. I have to listen back to it myself, and I see things, and I hear things that I didn't, and I'm looking right now at a snowy owl in this rock. I can see a snowy owl. I'm not even going to show you where it is, because I can see it as clear as day. What's interesting is that snowy owl turns into a feline face, and then it turns into the white sheep, the white ram, and then it turns into the dog. It's a shapeshifter. Ooh, there's a red ram too. Interesting. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap. I'm tired. I love you. Speak soon.